My name is David Cole. I'm the State International Trade Liaison for the Oregon Small Business Development Center Network. I work with the 19 SBDCs around the state, help provide access to international trade resources that we have, mostly based out of Portland. It's really an exciting time to be an exporter. We have great resources that are collaborating together to really provide more of a seamless access to the specific trade resources that are needed by your clients. In working with your clients, we really encourage you to bring up the discussion of exporting and international trade. It's important. There's a lot of successful businesses out there that could increase their sales by going international. We're trying to make things a lot easier for people to do that and to take some of the mystique out of exporting. One of the first things you can do in broaching this subject is to ask your clients a few basic questions, as we have here. It's not required that they have experience, but it's useful in determining how best to get the resources to them quickly and effectively. If the client is sophisticated, has experience in exports, and just has a specific need, then obviously you can go directly to U.S. Export Assistance Center or Business Oregon, respectively, or the SBA for what it is that they need. But what we do at the SBDC is try to work with clients and develop their internal capability to be able to maximize the resources, the external resources that are provided by the U.S. Export Assistance Center and Business Oregon. So these are some of the questions you can ask. Regardless of their level of sophistication, you can send them directly to us at the SBDC and we'll pass it along if there's a triage type of situation. It's also useful for a lot of clients to work with us and our advisors one-on-one to develop a better understanding of what they're dealing with, to develop a specific export plan and really be intentional about what they're doing with regards to exports. Four international trade domains are global management, global marketing, supply chain management, and trade finance. These are really not much different from the type of activities that domestic companies do, or companies do for their domestic markets, but you add an international component to them, and that's where an export plan comes in. Here's a sample of an export plan. This is the type of thing we work directly with clients to put together. Obviously, you want to have an executive summary and an introduction about why it is that you're interested in exporting, for all the reasons that Scott mentioned before. Part one, it's really important that you have an export policy commitment statement. Oftentimes, a company or someone in a company will have ambitious plans about exporting or entering new markets, and they will start to develop the capability. But unless you have buy-in from leadership from the top down, that can be a dangerous situation. So it's pretty important that as a company, you decide intentionally that you want to export. You have an export policy commitment statement, and from there you can develop the rest of the export plan. So obviously, some background analysis, products and service, the resources that you have available, infrastructure. There's a marketing component. Pretty critical in identifying, evaluating, and selecting the target markets that you're interested in reaching. That's where Business Oregon and the U.S. Export Assistance Center really shine and can provide a lot of assistance with regards to that. And then we have, action steps. Going after your primary target countries, indirect marketing efforts. You want to make sure that you have an export budget, understanding in advance what it's going to cost to make those export sales is very critical for determining pricing and a number of other considerations. It's useful to have an implementation schedule to make sure that you stay on track and you're moving forward consistently. And it's really important, obviously, to have an understanding of the competitive environment and the landscape of the area within which you're looking to do business. But there's also accidental exporters as well. And I deal with those clients quite a bit. We encourage you as economic development officials to send your clients to us even if they're already having some success accidentally in the export market. An example of this, I have a client on the coast from a small community. They developed a product that they were trying to sell online here in the United States, not really having a lot of success domestically, but then out of the blue, they got an online order from a South Korean company that wanted to buy container loads of their product. That's great news, obviously. They received cash in advance and sent several container loads over the course of 6 months or so to this customer in Korea. But then they contacted us because they realized that even though this was not what they intended to do, it was a great thing, and they wanted to develop a more specific export plan to support the continuation of that success and to expand that success potentially into other markets as well. Dana is going to talk about localization of websites later on, but I want to mention it now that even though the website for this product was found by the Korean customer, it's oftentimes useful to optimize that for the local market by creating a domain name that's localized there, and also to provide translation language capabilities on those particular websites. Another thing that's important, and Jeff will talk about this, is to utilize some of the great trade finance tools that are available to be competitive. Again, although they were receiving cash in advance, which is great for the exporter, it's nice to also be able to have the flexibility to offer terms and to be competitive as other people move into your space. This client is now looking to expand into other markets in East Asia, and we're developing an export plan so that they can have success. So we have a number of resources at the Small Business Development Center to help you go global and help you to export. We provide free one-to-one advising, in addition to trainings, workshops, and classes. We have an advanced level international trade small business management course that is 10 months long, 10 modules, 1 module a month for 3 hours that cover pretty much every aspect of international trade. We bring in experts from the community that have specific knowledge in those areas, and that can be a very useful course for people. But again, you don't need to take a course. You can register at www.bizcenter.org and request free international trade advising. I will set your client up with a senior international trade advisor that can develop an action plan moving forward in conjunction with you as an advisor. We also have a distance learning product called Before You Go Global that also may be useful for your clients that are just thinking about international trade and want to become more familiarized with what it is that they're getting themselves into. And that's the cost is $297. It is a term-based, at your own pace, distance learning product that allows you to go through at your own pace and study the various elements of international trade. And that generally can give a company a good idea of where they need to get more information, where they need more training, or just the general landscape of international trade. We encourage you to contact us. Again, I can put you in touch with whatever resources are needed. So when in doubt, send an email to sbdc@pcc.edu. Be routed to me, and I'll make sure that your clients are taken care of. And we're also not looking to, poach your clients. We work with you. You will remain the lead advisor, and we just want to help provide the access to the resources that are needed. Thank you.